Okay, the next part on the auto plant, I'm going to do a car system. Now I'm going to use a product called Magnorail, which runs on a plastic chain and with magnets. Now you can also do bicycles, you can also do boats, but I'm going to do a car system. So I'll show you what's in the box and what parts I get to do this. Okay, now I'll show you what's in the box that you get when you actually order a Magnorail, and this is for a car setup. You can buy ones for the bicycles, and then you can also buy one for the boats, but this is the one I've got for cars. Now in this packet you get some sliders which will slide your car around the layout, and also magnets, which I'll show you later. And then you get packs of track and chain, the blue chain, and these are called return loops, so you can turn the track around. And you get more track with the blue chain and screws, and more track and chain and screws. And you also get a 12-volt motor that will spin the chain around in the track. And this is your drive module, which will drive the chain right around the loop using the motor. So the motor will go into this to turn the whole chain around in the track. And then you get instructions. Now these instructions are instructions on how to do your bicycle, cars or boats. So there's different versions, like with the magnets are different to, say, if you're going to do a car, to a boat, or to a bicycle. So and the length of track you get from these is actually 225 centimetres, so they're only meant to be used for small loops, but you can actually extend the or to make them longer, you actually buy 1 or 2 packs. So if you buy 2 packs, you will have to use 2 motors. So I'll open it up and show you what's inside the plastic bags. Now also, this is the track that you get, which is plastic, but you've got to cut them off the sprues, and each end will interlock to each end of the chain, which I will show you. So once you're ready to join your 2 tracks together, all you do is you've got 2 hooks, and it's just as simple as snapping them in. So that's how easy the track is to put together. Also the blue chain, or the blue links, if you want to call it a link or a chain, they come in different sizes. Now for my cars that I'm using, I've got to use the Q and R chain, which is like this picture, which is R is in the direction of travel and Q will be behind. And they're all got lettering on them, so you can actually, I don't know if you can read that, but you get more Q and R's than anything else. And as you can see, you've got also smaller links as well, but you use them all anyway, because once you get your chain going, you might need the smaller links and the bigger links, especially at the end. So it doesn't hurt to use them all, which you have to use some of them anyway. So in my case, as I said, I've got to use my R and Q wherever I want to place a car. And they're the magnets I'm using, or what they give you to use. Now, I've got the big square ones, which are about 3 millimeters square. Then on the top here, they're like a cylinder magnet, which sometimes you don't have to use them, but right on the end of that square 3x3 magnet is these really tiny magnets, and they go in your slider that slides your car around, which is this little thing. And I've actually got 2 magnets in each of those, so that's how small they are. Because I'm using styrene, so I need a bit more pressure with the magnets, so I'm using 2 in each hole. Now they say when you make this up, you should use like photo paper, which is about 400 GMS thickness, but my styrene's about 0.9 or 0.900, just short of a millimetre thick. So on this chain I will have my styrene sitting like so. And this Magnorail is, because you can run cars, you can actually run bicycles, as you can see, the cars, and also you can actually run boats, so on a lake scene or anything like that. But the instructions will sort of show you how to connect everything up. Like you see, this is another small slider, like for say N gauge, where your two magnets are really close together, which I should have over here. Different sliders you can get. You see how they're smaller versions compared to the ones I'm using, and they're made out of brass. And when you glue you've got to glue the magnets into the sliders, you just use super glue. Now this picture actually shows how tight of a turn you can actually do, and that picture is what pulls the chain along. You'll have a motor underneath, which I'll show you when I actually start putting it together. Also, to run my motor, to turn the whole chain in the track, I'm using this 12 volt 5 amp speed controller kit. that is my little handle or turning knob, because I can actually adjust the speed by using this. And also I'll have a on-off switch so I can switch the system down. Now the plan in what I'm actually going to do is where that check-in station is, the track's going to be coming under there, and it will come around here, and it's actually, I'm going to make it go up the ramp in the auto rack. I'm going to actually do the 2 racks. That's why this is this roof's off this one, and this is what's come out of there. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this styrene strip all the way from this point to this point, and out it comes. So when it's sort of finished, I'll have cars coming through the checkout or check-in station, then around up the ramp, in through the auto racks, and then out again. But to hide the fact that instead of you seeing cars going in and coming back out, I will have a shed coming out here as if it was for like box cars getting loaded or something like that, so you can't actually see the cars coming in and out. You'll only see the cars going in or loading into the auto racks. A shed from here to wherever I've got to go, and then the cars will come out of this shed so it doesn't look like the cars are just going in a loop when it is going in a loop, and then it will go back. So it's going to be a loop, but I've got to make it look like cars are getting loaded but not coming out the other end. So that is the plan, and whether it works or not is another thing. So hopefully it will work, and I've probably just got to redo this loader as in a different or homemade kit version of getting the cars in there, because the less cuts I've got in styrene the better. So that's going to be the interesting part, whether it works. And this track, because it's out of plastic, it's actually quite, bendable, so it can go up hills. So the whole idea is actually still to go sort of like that, and the cars will go in. As I said, I've just got to build a new auto rack loader. So time will tell.